If you have ever asked yourself, how do I run for local office? Congratulations, you are in the right place. I got a lot to share with you. I want you to stick with me because you're not going to find many videos like this on YouTube, and this is your best chance to learn it quickly in a short video. I'm going to take you through the essence of how you do that. There are three things we're going to cover in some detail in this video. How to get involved in your local community because that is essential to your success. How to understand the cogs and the wheels that go into putting together a political campaign. That is something you need to know. And I'm also going to talk a little bit about item number 3 here, the importance of your reputation. Stick with me because you really need to hear that. People who run for office in local politics and people who win elections in local politics do not get that job if they spend all of their time at home pecking stuff on Facebook posts. They go, they do, they join. In your community, there are civic organizations and charitable organizations that help people in your community. How do I know that? Because every community in America has that, and most communities in any country in the world have that. And in those service organizations and those cause-driven organizations, there are people who you need to know. Why? Because they have influence, because they have a following in the community, because they are considered leaders in their community, and because when they tell people that they're supporting you for a particular job, it carries a lot of weight with people who know them. So, how do you meet these people? You really need to go get involved. And I'll tell you a short story because I saw it firsthand. There was once a farmer who decided that he someday wanted to run for the state senate. And he volunteered to be the fundraising chair for an organization called United Way in his community. And he decided that he was going to make it the best fundraising program that the United Way had ever done. He used that position to talk to almost everybody in that community who had more than $10 to spare. He talked to leaders of service organizations, cause-driven organizations. He got them involved with it. He met with the bankers, the lawyers, the business owners, and he had the most successful campaign in history. You know what happened? The next year, he was elected to that Senate seat because he had interacted with all those influential people to advance an important cause. They got to meet him. They really liked him. They didn't even belong to his party, and they still voted for him because they thought he was such a great guy. Get involved in your community. Second thing I mentioned here was kind of getting yourself familiar with the rudiments and fundamentals of a political campaign. Every local community has its own culture about how politics is done, but typically some of the common tools is you probably need yard signs, so you probably need a handout as you go door to door, probably need nice looking pictures, you may want to do some local radio if you have a local radio station, you may want to do some newspaper advertising, you may want to do some direct mail, you may even do some social media advertising on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram. Now, depends a lot on the kind of people you're trying to reach and the number of people you are trying to reach, but the best source of how to put together a campaign is in your local community. You go talk to people who've done it before, who've won an election before, and you'll be amazed at what they can teach you if you sit there and listen to what they have to say. Furthermore, they all have a mobile contact list. They've all won elections with the help of influential people. There's gold in their mobile contact list. And if they like you, they're probably going to be willing to share some of the names in their contact list with you and make a connection on your behalf. I mentioned your reputation, and I mentioned I was going to talk about it. And it comes down to this. I know there are political candidates that get away with lying, political candidates that they say things that they know are not true. And yes, some do, but that sort of thing in local politics is poison. Because once you lie to someone, they're going to tell everybody else what you did. And it will destroy your reputation. So here are certain rules. If you're talking to someone and you disagree with them, keep it civil. Don't say one thing to one person and a different thing to another. Do not engage in gossip. Do not say anything critical of anyone, because it will come back to you and people will not like you. Your job in a local area is to try and be as friends with as many people as possible. And if there are people that you run into where you have a disagreement, keep the disagreement agreeable. That is essential in a small town, because once you have lost your reputation for integrity, it is really, really hard to ever get it back. Now, these are just a few fundamentals of running for office in a local community. There are other things involved, and I'm going to direct you to another video, How to Run for Office, 7 Essential Steps. There's a lot more there, deeper dive into all of this, including how you get access to the demographics of the jurisdiction where you are running. Go watch that video while this is still fresh in your mind.